Buenos dias, good morning. I hope you are well and focused on what you can control. My name is Patricia Mota, and I am serving as President and CEO of HACE, the Hispanic Alliance for Career Enhancement, a national nonprofit organization whose mission since 1982 is to positively impact workplaces by cultivating the pipeline of Latino talent, providing our community the insight, access, and support to be successful in their careers. A few things happening this week with HACE, our ERG-BRG Symposium, which is for a network company, employee resource groups, business resource groups, affinity networks. We have a symposium taking place on tomorrow, which is November 3rd. A great opportunity to hear some best practices from groups that are just getting started within their companies, those that are further along, and most importantly, a great networking opportunity amongst your peers. So if you haven't had a chance to sign up and interested in participating, please go to the HACE website for more information, and we'll make sure to drop the link in the chat. And secondly, this Friday, for those of you that are in Chicagoland area, will be in Chicagoland, or want to come to Chicago, our local auxiliary board is celebrating an annual benefit. First time in person since the pre-pandemic, since before we had the pandemic, right? So we're super excited to be able to celebrate. So if you're looking for a good time and for a good cause, please join us, and you'll get to learn more during today's Cafecito, because we have our special guest, Melissa Deven, who's the Associate Portfolio Manager at the Federal Home Loan Bank of Chicago. Melissa, good morning.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
We're super excited to have you for many reasons, not only because of the great work that you do to help push forward the HACE mission, but also you're a partner and you're involved in the auxiliary board. But before we jump in and get to learn more, we're asking everyone who's joining us, whether you're on LinkedIn, whether you're on our Facebook, our various channels, to please introduce yourself. Leverage this Cafecito as an opportunity to network and to chat. We want to know where you're reporting from. But most importantly, our question of the day, which for Cafecito, is what's your Cafecito of choice, your morning beverage of choice? We're asking Melissa, but we're also asking those of you tuning in. Melissa.
Yeah, I'm still working on my coffee over here. Normally I'd be done by this time, so I'm probably going to be a little over-caffeinated today, but that's okay. My original plan was to make some abuelita hot chocolate, but the days are already escaping me, so I didn't get to that yet, but maybe this afternoon. So yeah,
Okay.
Just still enjoying my coffee.
Okay, is it regular? We like the details here. Is it plain? Do you put some sugar there?
It's very regular. You know, I had to throw in some creamer, but I could live without the creamer. I do not do sugar in my coffee, probably because I drink way too much, so that would just not be healthy for me. But yeah, some plain old coffee with some milk.
Well, hey, some of us are coffee drinkers all day. Some of us have our limit. We're happy to extend your coffee, intake for today, Melissa, just for Cafecito. So thank you for doing that. Those of you tuning in, let's hear from you. What's your Cafecito? How do you prefer it? And engage in the chat with us. We're excited to have you, Melissa, for several reasons. But one of the things I do want folks to know is that we have a partnership with the Federal Home Loan of Chicago. So HACE does, right? So our good friends over there, not only you, such as Cedric Thurman, Leslie Drish, and folks that are really doing some great work for our community, but to help move the needle. And so tell us a little bit more about your role there, and what does the Federal Home Loan Bank do?
Sure, definitely. So I've actually been at the Federal Home Loan Bank of Chicago for 10 years as of last month. So I've been there for the majority of my career. I've been fortunate enough to move around to several different roles. So currently my role, as you had said, is an associate portfolio manager, which is kind of just a fancy way of explaining that I buy money. So I issue debt on the bank's behalf. We're a government-sponsored entity, so we're not exactly government, but we're not exactly just a regular commercial bank. So we have a lot of fine line regulations we have to follow. So I issue debt on the bank's behalf. It goes on our balance sheet. Our balance sheet has grown tremendously over the years. We're 128 billion, so I do manage that, which is very fun and exciting, but also a little scary at the same
Yeah.
time. If anyone's in finance, you do know today
And
is
if
the
anyone missed
Fed.
that, she said 128 billion, right? With the B.
Yes, yes, a lot of zeros, a lot of zeros. You definitely have to double count those sometimes. But yeah, today's a Fed rate decision, so rates are going up today. So lock in those mortgage rates or any type of borrowing you're doing today if you plan on doing that. But yeah, very busy day in the markets. It's interesting to watch everything going on. But also, as you had said, we have a great diversity and equity
Mm-hmm.
department. Leslie and Cedric do amazing work there over the last several years. They're actually the ones that connected me to HACE by sponsoring me to do one of the programs, which has made a tremendous impact in my career. I'm grateful for that opportunity. And they're great. They don't just do something just to do it. They have long lasting relationships. As you said, they've been
Mm-hmm.
working with you for many years. They do a lot. It's a continuing process. The bank itself has evolved so much just in the 10 years I've been there. And I've heard stories from people that have been there significantly longer about the tremendous strides we've made. So it's great to see that and be a part of it.
Absolutely. Great friends. So shout out to Cedric and Leslie. If you all are
Mm-hmm.
tuning in, we're grateful for the partnership. And you said they helped connect you, right, to ASE. So we want to learn more about that. And for those of you tuning in, there's an opportunity to ask questions. We encourage you to engage in the chat. We want to hear from you, and we'll leave some time at the end for a couple of questions. And so tell us, Melissa, as a member of ASE, specifically in a leadership role with our Chicago Auxiliary Board and also an alum of our Mujeres de ASE Women's Leadership Program, share about your involvement and how it's impacted your own career along the way.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll start from the beginning. So in March 2020, the bank, actually, this was February 2020. So as most of you know, this was right before the pandemic. Leslie and Cedric approached me with the opportunity to sponsor me to participate in the Mujeres de ASE program, which is essentially a women's leadership program for people somewhat in a couple years in their career, so not exactly entry level. So it was a great move for me. I was one of the first people when the program first went virtual, so that was a great experience. I'm sure it's a little bit of an obstacle course for everyone, but we got through it. I feel like I still got the greatest experience out of it, connected to a lot of individuals. There's other people on the board. Our secretary, Allie, I actually went through the program with her. So it was great. Like we were able to finally meet face to face through our current experience on serving on the Chicago Auxiliary Board. But it helped me with my career mostly just to connect me with other women, more so that felt like me that I connected to. Working in banking, being Hispanic, being young, it's not exactly the typical faces that you see around the bank. Again, that is evolving a lot, which is great to see, but at the time it's a little bit scary and intimidating. So it was nice to connect with other women that are doing great things in their career, very passionate about nonprofit organizations and helping ASE essentially. So it's nice to still connect with those people as well.
Well, thank you for sharing. And you did mention, or you pointed out, right, you are in a predominantly male-dominated career. And so tell us how you got to that role and kind of your own cultural and background in terms of getting to the home loan bank.
Yeah, I get the opportunity to tell this story a lot. Even the bank realizes that it's very rare. Most people at the bank either got the job because they knew someone or their parents worked there. They just had different banking connections. My parents, they did not go to college. I was first generation in my family to actually get a degree. So I didn't have those type of networking opportunities. I kind of did everything on my own. So after when I was an undergrad, I'll go that far back, I knew the sight of blood would make me pass out. So I easily eliminated all medical careers. Still didn't know what I wanted to do. So I was like, I will just go into business administration. It's general enough. Maybe I'll go into banking. Maybe I'll go into management. Wasn't sure. I fortunately found the job for the bank on LinkedIn. So I've never heard a success story about LinkedIn jobs besides mine. So I do like sharing that story. But yeah, I applied through LinkedIn. Fortunately, they gave me a shot at an entry-level position. And then throughout my last decade there, I've just been moving around to different positions. So right now, I am one of the few only women traders on our floor, which is also very exciting. It comes with a lot of challenges as well, but there's progress. So it's great.
That's awesome. So shout out to you for being in this role, but also sharing your story. It's so critical, and which is why I love Cafecito con Ace, because I'm sure we have folks tuning in that are either considering, right, or they're getting started. And so your story is impactful in that way. And also shout out to your peers, your cohort being the inaugural virtual cohort that we had for Mujeres de Ace. I love hearing the impact. So here we have Rebecca, also one of your another fellow Mujeres de Ace alumna that's going through our programs. And so we see them in the chat. We see you, we hear you. And I just love hearing the story, because we at ACE as an organization at that time, we're like, do we continue the programs? What are we doing? So we're happy that we did, right, in the virtual platform, because it offered that community during a time that there was just like so much just concern that was going on, right? And so tell us more about this Friday, right? So November 4th, there's the annual benefit. Tell us more about the event, what folks should expect, and it is a fundraiser, right? So it's not only a good time, but for a good cause.
Exactly. It's a great time to put on a pretty dress up, go out for some drinks downtown. So this is our annual flagship fundraiser event. This is our first time being in person in 3 years. So this is very exciting. I've only been on the board less than a year than myself. So this is my first experience fundraising and doing this type of event. So I'm very, very excited for that. It's this Friday at Fremont in Chicago from 7 to 10 p.m. So please join, buy your tickets. I believe the link is being shared as well. Mm-hmm. We have a great MC. It is the NBC Universal Channel 5 news anchor, which is very exciting to see him in person and be there. It's going to be a great, lively event. We're going to have some hors d'oeuvres, open bar for a couple hours, so you can't go wrong with that. We got some great sponsorships. Our liquor is being sponsored by Revolution Brewery, so we're going to have as many beers as you want of that. So there's that, Chicago Maplewood Brewery and Distillery, and then we're going to have some mezcal as well. So get ready for those palomas.
So a little bit for everybody. And then we are supporting. So this year, ACE, through our fundraising efforts of last year, we were able to, first time ever, award 40 students with scholarships. These are $2,500 scholarships each. College students from across the nation, different levels in terms of their college career. And it's so impactful. I mean, for many of us, right, including myself that's received a scholarship as a college student, it makes such a huge difference. And so that's part of what that's the fundraiser. The monies are going towards this scholarship program.
Absolutely. I was also an undergrad recipient of a scholarship. So I think that was extra passion about this event as well. So yeah, we're just trying to raise money to support as many scholarships as we can. And if you would like to donate and you can't be there, we do have a number that you can text as well. The number is 44321, and then you just text ACE Chai, one word. So it's HACECHI. And again, all this money goes to scholarships, a great cause, help support students that are in need of it, and everyone's just supporting a great cause.
That's awesome. So I think we'll drop that number on the chat in the comment section as well. So, and then the link for the event so that you can be able to register and join us. I'll be there. So I look forward to seeing you all in person. I know many folks from the auxiliary board have been able to engage virtually, have yet to connect in person. So I'm so looking forward to that and to having a good time, because as you mentioned, it's been a while since we've had an event, a benefit for this particular group and for our Chicago Auxiliary Board. And so we have time for a couple questions as we continue the conversation, whether it's about Friday's event, whether it's about getting more involved, or even, I mean, Melissa, you shared so much with us today regarding your experience. And so how can folks, and that's one of the questions I'm seeing, is how can folks get involved with the Auxiliary Board?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. I'm more than happy to share my personal email as well. I know Alex, who is our chair of the Chicago Auxiliary Board, I believe she's on the call as well. So you can reach out to either of us. But personally, my email is mm and then my last name, Deven, @gmail.com. We're always trying to look, and we are recruiting for some more board positions. So if you're interested in helping or joining a board, maybe in your specific location, we all work together. We're all sharing a common goal here. So we'd love for you to join and help the cause.
Wonderful. So she shared her information, and then also, folks, since we are live on LinkedIn and a couple of social media platforms, perhaps LinkedIn can connect as well. Is that for Melissa,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Oh.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I believe my LinkedIn is shared. So yeah, happy to help with HACE. Anyone looking to get into banking, we're always hiring. And again, we are a huge sponsor of HACE, so we do work closely with them, and it's a great place to work as well.
Wonderful. And so anything you would share regarding on the, being as an alum for Mujeres de HACE, and if folks are interested or hesitant in terms of being able to participate in that program?
Yeah, I think there's a great fit for everyone. So
Mhm.
HACE offers many great programs. I know people at the bank I've connected with, and almost everyone I've connected with has done a different program through HACE. So I think it's great. If you don't feel like the Mujeres de HACE program is great for you, there's other different programs that you can look at, and you will find something that is a great fit for you. There's people at the bank that have done the program and that aren't even Hispanic. They just want to connect with other people in different industries. That's a very exciting part of your career, especially if you're looking to network, which is extremely important. You will make great connections, people that you can talk to, and people that'll help you move forward.
Yeah, I love that you said that. We are Latino serving, not Latino exclusive. We welcome everyone to be part of our programs, our events, to be part of and leverage the resources and the connections that HACE brings to you. We want, again, support you in your career journey, make sure that you're having meaningful connections and achieving what success means to you. And so our last question for you, Melissa, is what are you most hopeful for or positive story for the remainder of this year, considering that we are less than 2 months in this year?
Well, you got me in a very positive mood. My wedding is next weekend, so I feel like I'm just like everywhere right now, very clustered. But this year just flew by, so it's crazy to believe we only have less than 2 months left. But I just hope to move forward and raise some money for scholarships. Again, this is a goal that we're going to have probably for years to come. And the mission's not going to change. Everyone in our group is we all come from diverse backgrounds, which is great. Again, different industries.
Yeah.
So it's amazing to see people's connections and what they can fundraise as far as just scholarships.
Yeah, we are embarking the season of giving. And so that's exciting. Thank you, Melissa, for sharing your story, for taking time to share your insights and background with us in Cafecito con HACE. And for those of you joining us, we look forward to, if you're able to join us on Friday for the annual benefit that's taking place in Chicago, please, we would love to have you. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Y hasta la próxima. Until next time.
Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you Friday.
Bye-bye.